A very good morning to all the students of class 5th. Dear student, today we will study the 12th chapter of social science named as the age of machine. Dear student, we will study this chapter from the book of social science, Our Land, Our World. So, dear student, let's begin with the chapter 12, the age of machine. So, dear student, very first you should know what are the learning objectives of this chapter or what you will learn in this chapter. So, in this chapter, you will learn about steam engine. In the second, you will learn about mass production. In the third, you will learn about food for giant machines. In the fourth, you will learn about coal. The next learning objective of the chapter is mineral oil, electricity, and inexhaustible source of energy. Dear student, these are the learning objectives of the chapter. So, dear student, let's begin the chapter. So, dear student, man does not any longer use his muscle power to do every work. Dear student, he has developed tools and machines to do almost any work. So, he employs the energy of animal, wind, water, coal, petroleum, electricity, and above all the energy of the sun. Thus, man has changed his world bit by bit. Early men had made his tools out of stone. जो पहले के टाइम के लोग थे, पुराने जमाने के लोग थे, वो अपने tools को किससे बनाते थे? पत्थरों से बनाते थे. His efforts to make better tools continued. Thus, tools were made with increasing skills throughout the ages to meet new needs. Today, there are machines in every field of life to help men. तो आजकल क्या है? हर फील्ड में मशीन बन गई है जिसके उपयोग से मानव को बहुत ही फायदे हैं जो आसानी से कोई भी काम कर सकते हैं. So, the story of men's progress from the Stone Age to Machine Age is very interesting. Sometime early men threw some piece of certain rocks in the fire. When the fire died down, he observed a red ball in the ashes. It was heavy and shone when cleaned. He tried it several times more to make sure that it could happen again. On beating it with stone, he found that it was not breakable, instead is expanded. This was copper. Gradually, धीरे धीरे क्या हुआ? He recognized the rock from which copper could be got. He made many kinds of tools and weapons with copper. These were stronger and better than stone and wood sticks. After a few thousand years, men came across the rocks containing iron. Iron was far stronger than copper. तो धीरे धीरे आयरन की जगह कॉपर की जगह आयरन का यूज होने लगा जो कॉपर से ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग था आयरन. सो द डिस्कवरी ऑफ आयरन बिकॉज वो कॉपर से ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग था. द डिस्कवरी ऑफ आयरन made him powerful as never before. He cleared the forest with the help of iron axes and tilled the land with plows to grow crops. Iron tools could be used to cut hardwood. जो iron से बने tools होते थे उससे hardwood को काटा जाता था. So, stronger wheels and cart were made of hard wood. He also used iron to make weapons. Weapons को बनाने के लिए भी iron का use होता था. So, this discovery of iron made men a better carpenter, farmer and hunter. तो आयरन के इन्वेंशन ने, आयरन की डिस्कवरी ने आदमी को कारपेंटर बनाया, एक अच्छा कारपेंटर बनाया, किसान बनाया और शिकारी बनाया। बट मैन वॉज नेवर सेटिस्फाइड, लेकिन आदमी कभी सेटिस्फाइड नहीं था। ही कंटिन्यूड टू मेक रिसर्च फॉर बेटर टूल्स, उसने अपनी रिसर्च को बेटर टूल्स बनाने के लिए हमेशा उसके लिए तत्पर रहा, हमेशा उसको बनाते रहा और अच्छे से अच्छे डेवलपमेंट्स के लिए ढूंढता रहा। सो डियर स्टूडेंट, दिस इज द जस्ट बिगनिंग ऑफ द चैप्टर. सो let's understand the first learning objective of the chapter, which is steam engine. So let's understand it. So, dear student, let's understand the first learning objective of the chapter, that is steam engine. This is very important part of this chapter. So, in the 18th century, coal mines in England used to fill up with water. This made the mining of coal very difficult. Water had to be pumped out quickly to mine the coal continuously. This called for a powerful pump. James Watt, dear student, this is very important that you should know. James Watt invented the steam engine in 1769 for this purpose. Dear student, first of all, this is very important question. Who invented steam engine? So, the answer is James Watt invented the steam engine. The second important question is, when was James Watt invented steam engine? So the answer is in 1769 James Watt invented steam engine, as you can see in my screen too. Watt's invention marked the beginning of the machine age. James Watt के इस invention ने एक machine age की beginning की. It began to use to power ship on the seas and ocean. Now ships need not depend upon the wind and oars. Different kinds of machine begin to be run by steam engine. The steam engine was the beginning and basis of many inventions. 50 years later, George Stephens invented the railway engine. This is very important question that you should again know who invented the railway engine. So the answer is George Stephens invented the railway engine. Dear student, after some time, machines could be run with the help of petrol and diesel. कुछ टाइम बाद संभव हुआ कि पेट्रोल और डीजल की हेल्प से जो मशीन इंजन है वो चले. So this led to the invention of motor car, buses, truck, railway engines operated and petrol or diesel. So let's move ahead and understand the next learning objective of the chapter, that is mass production. So dear student, I am again highlighting it. In earlier times, men used to make every part of an article by hand tool. Even a simple article would take much time. Gradually, the machine took over the production. Different machine made different parts of a particular thing. This could be done very quickly. On assembling these parts together, the final product becomes ready. Thus, exactly similar article can be produced on a large scale. This is called mass production. Dear student, this is very important. What is mass production? So, on the assembling these parts, the final product becomes ready. Thus, exactly similar article can be produced on a large scale. The number of large scale is called mass production. So, the system of mass production improved the quality of the articles and reduction of cost. Most people can buy them. As sales increased, it was much more profitable for the producer. Now, many big factories sprang up. People left their home and small workshops to work in big factories. So, dear student, let's understand more about mass production. So, dear student, so workers chose to live near the factories, which gradually gave rise to big cities. There was such a big change in the method, quality, and quantity of production during this time that it has been called beginning of industrial revolution. So today giant machines have been computerized to make them more and more automatic. Even man is not satisfied. He is still searching for new horizons of the machine age. So, dear student, this is all about mass production. Let's understand the next learning objective of the chapter, which is food for giant machine. So, let's understand it. Dear student, as you all know, machines begin to work like giants, but these giants could work only if they were properly and fully fed with fuel. Fuel give them energy. So, for a steam engine to run, water was boiled by burning wood or coal for running supply of steam. So, let's understand more about it. So, the next learning objective of the chapter is coal. Let's understand coal. So, same amount of hard coal gave more heat for more time than the wood. It is found under the ground. So, again, this is very important question where we found coal. So, coal is found under the ground. Miners have to dig tunnels deep into the ground in order to reach the coal. So, coal mining is very difficult and dangerous for machines and need coal and people need machines. So, miners dug deeper and deeper. Some coal mines today are 3 to 4 kilometers deep. However, coal deposits are limited now. People soon realize that coal would not last forever. So they begin to search for other resource of energies. So, dear student, let's move ahead and understand the next learning objective of the chapter, that is mineral oil. So let's understand the mineral oil. So as you all know, mineral or crude oil was discovered in America in 1859. Dear student, this is again very important question. When did the mineral oil discovered? So the answer is in 1859 the mineral oil was discovered. And second important question is where the first mineral oil is discovered. So the answer is in America, the first mineral oil was discovered. It is drilled and refined to get petrol, diesel, kerosene and other products. So let's understand more about it. So dear student, Daimler, who is a German scientist, invented an engine which ran on petrol. This was first developed for use in motor cars. Today, cars, scooter, aeroplane run on petrol. Later on, a German engineer, Rudolf Diesel, invented an engine that could be run on another products of mineral oil. So, dear student, Rudolf Diesel invented an engine that could be run on another product of mineral. This is very important thing which you should know. This product was called diesel in honor of the engineer. तो इस product को क्या कहा गया? डीजल कहा गया. किसको? उस इंजीनियर के सम्मान पे इसका नाम डीजल रखा गया. Diesel is much cheaper than petrol. Now, Heavy trucks, railway engines and tube wells, pump, etc. run on diesel. So this is all about mineral oil. Let's understand the next learning objective of the chapter, which is electricity. So let's understand it. So let's understand the next learning objective of the chapter, that is electricity. Here student, when a glass rod is rubbed with a piece of silk, it begins to attract small pieces of paper. This was the introduction of electricity to men. Soon he found that electricity was two types. Number one, a rubbed glass rod called positive, on rubbed silk called negative. These are two types of electricity. Dear student, gradually methods to collect his electricity on metal wires was developed. On the basis of two types of electricity, a man-made toy called Leyden jars. There were two metals wire, one in a glass and other outside. Joining them produced spark. In some jars, it produced a mild shock instead of spark. So let's understand more about electricity. So as I am highlighting it, Benjamin Franklin, an American scientist, compared the lightning spark in the sky and the spark in the glass. He thought that both were similar, one big and other is small. To confirm this, he prepared a paper kite and tied it to a strong silky thread. Then what he found? Let's understand. He attached a piece of metal wire to the kite and metal key to the other end of the thread. He flew his kite high during lightning cloud sky. Soon after the lightning in the sky, he touched the metal key and he received a shock as he expected. Thus, it was confirmed that electricity in the jar is the same as in the sky, and it too has tremendous power. It could be used to get big things done. The electricity in the Leyden jars was static. All collected electricity on the wire flowed seconds to producing spark. Then scientists got busy in finding ways to control this flow. After it, what happened? Let's understand more about it. So, in 1800s, Volta, an Italian scientist, made a cell which could produce a small amount of dynamic electricity. It was a continuous flow of electricity called electric current. It led to many developments in the use of electricity. Later, engineers built machines or engines called generators, which could generate greater amount of electricity. However, to make generator work, engines powered by fuel like coal, diesel or gas are needed. The force of running or falling water is also used to run the generators. Dear student, the electricity generated from running water is called hydroelectricity, which is generated from the water or tidal power. Huge dams are built on big rivers and the running water is made to fall and turn the turbine which turns the generator. Lights, fan, radios, television, refrigerator and air conditioner all work on electricity. Water pumps and tube wells also run on electricity. Even railway engines are run with the help of electricity. So dear student, this is all about electricity. Let's understand the last learning objective of the chapter, that is inexhaustible source of energy. So let's understand it. So deposits of wood, coal, oil and gas are exhausting very fast. So new source of energy will have to be found out. कोल है, लकड़ी है, ऑयल है, ये सारे जो नेचुरल सोर्सेज हैं ये बहुत जल्दी क्या है खत्म हो जाएंगे, तो हमें नए सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी को ढूंढना होगा. सो मैन हैज फाउंड सम इनएग्जॉस्टिबल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. दे आर wind, water and sun. So what is the what is the inexhaustible source of energy? So wind, water and sun are the example of inexhaustible source of energy. The inexhaustible source of energy can never be exhausted. ये सब क्या है, खत्म नहीं हो सकते. पानी खत्म नहीं हो सकता, हवा खत्म नहीं हो सकती और सूरज खत्म नहीं हो सकता. They do not pollute atmosphere as burning of coal and oil do. The method of their use should be developed for maximum benefits. Biogas plants are popular in village nowadays. Cow dung is called gobar. So biogas is used for cooking, lighting and other purpose. It is renewable source of energy, but it is not totally pollution free. Yes, student, atomic energy is also being used in making of electricity. So atomic energy is a big source of inexhaustible energy, but it pollutes the atmosphere very heavily. So जो atomic energy है वो एग्जाम्पल तो है इनएग्जॉस्टिबल एनर्जी का, लेकिन इससे पोल्यूशन जो है वो बहुत ज्यादा फैलता है. So this is all about inexhaustible energy. Dear student, as you can see in my screen, this is the pictorial part. This is the pictorial part of fixed biogas plant, windmills and solar energy. How they produce solar energy, how they produce energy from wind, and this is the biogas plant. So this is all about the chapter 12. So dear student, we will study the next chapter in our next class, that is chapter 13. Thank you.